and then I just need to make sure it says that it started, but I have to make sure that it did. So let me just check on YouTube real quick. It says excellent condition. Okay, I believe, yeah, okay, we are live on YouTube. So, welcome everyone. How do we get started? What do we need to do first? So, okay, so one other thing that I got to explain, and I'm going to stand here to explain it. Can you see me?
No.
Can you fix it so that they can see me? You can just do this. Here. I'm gonna raise this tripod up because I want to make sure that you can see as well as you possibly can throughout this whole thing. But you can see this crazy setup that we've got going on. So that's why it's going to be a lot of fun if you join the stream on Okay, so let's see. Can you see me now? Am I on screen? Okay, so hi YouTube. Hi Instagram. Sorry, TikTok. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to have to do here is explain the point of today's stream. So what we're going to do is I'm using ChatGPT to tell me how to roast my coffee. I'm just going to listen to whatever it says. Wrong, hallucinations, doesn't make any sense. We're going to do it anyway, just for fun. And we are roasting 3 batches, and we're going to do each batch of the same size, but in 3 different ways. I'll read to you the prompt that I'm setting up ChatGPT with, but this coffee is for a friend of mine, and we're going to see how it goes. So, let me run over to my computer here. You can turn the Instagram over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to ChatGPT. All right, and here is the prompt. Let me stand in a way that looks very strange. Okay, here we go. Here's the prompt for ChatGPT. I have a friend who said, I like dark roast. He was no more specific than that. So I asked him, like, specifically how dark. I can do anywhere from like a medium dark to a like complete charcoal. And he said, let's start with medium dark and I'll let you know. So we're going to run this experiment. I said, I'm roasting on a roast, or a jost, or however it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure because I'm not Norwegian, unfortunately, with 160 gram batches. In the US, with 115 volts, this machine is capable of 1,670 watts. Some other roasts that I've done have not worked properly because the machine couldn't keep up and tries super hard to heat quickly, but then overshoots and the roast time isn't what I was looking for. So today, my goal is to roast 3 batches of 160 grams each, where each one ends in a different temperature and gets there in a different amount of time, so that I have 3 very distinctly different results using the same beans. And so I say, what I need from you is a table of time and bean temperature points so that I can fill them in to build the necessary curve that the machine will follow. And include the preheat temp for each one. So that's my setup. So let's switch the stream to ChatGPT here. So if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see that. If you're on Instagram, you're just going to have to assume that you can see that. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move, I've got this thing here so that I can see if anyone says some stuff. I'm going to put it over here so that I can see. Oh, hey, Toasty Bean Water, you're here. All right.
You can stand. You can just stand. Everything there.
That'll be in the way. Maybe someday, but I don't want to. No, yeah. Okay, so Toasty Bean Water. Oh, sorry, Toasty Bean Water. You should definitely take a look at the YouTube. It'll be. First of all, the chat will be on stream, so that's going to be really helpful. But second, you'll be able to see everything more clearly. Okay, so without further ado, let's go. ChatGPT says, got it, you want 3 clearly different roast curves, medium dark to very dark / charcoal on the roast, with all with 160 grams without letting the machine chase too hard and overshoot. The key is to set a reasonable preheat, use a stepped up but smooth power demand, temp milestone so the roast doesn't go full throttle the whole way. Control the end temp development time so that the 3 batches are really distinct. That's exactly right. And roast profiles. Okay, so profile A, medium dark. We're going Celsius. I probably should have specified, but now everything is giving me in Fahrenheit first, which is going to be annoying. Okay, so our preheat temp, 210. I don't know if I can go that high, can I? Probably can. So first thing, we should probably turn the equipment on. So let's start by turning the machine on. Oh. And then we are going to turn AirWave on. Success. Okay. And while those are heating, we'll come back over here to, okay, so we want, let's go to our roast curves, which are here. And chat says that the preheat temp should be 210, so let's do that, 210. Okay. And then we will go back to, let's see, development time, drop time. Well, that's not very specific enough. Alright, whatever, we'll go with it. So it's 1 to 2 minutes. Sorry, 1 minute, we're at 200 degrees. Is that right? Is that what it says? What? What? Alright, I'm going by this. At 1 minute, we're at 200 degrees. So I probably don't need so many points. Which is probably not ideal. But, okay, so at 1 minute, we need to be at 200 degrees. Okay? Whoa, okay, wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on, let's go. You need to include the beam temp that it will drop to once I charge the beams. It'll start high because the drum is hot, and then it'll drop down. Give me at least, how many points do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, that's 7 points for each curve. Okay, but you guys need to be back over here so you can see what I'm doing. So, what up everyone? So I'm getting set up here. If you join the stream on YouTube, you'll be able to see a lot better. I won't have to keep moving the camera around. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see everything. But right now we are building our roast curve. So maybe I should set the camera like this so that you can see both what's going on and what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just not super ideal, but anyway. Hi everyone. Go join the flash sale online. Come check us out on YouTube. And this will be way more interesting once I start roasting. But in the meantime, also, I gotta change this back to dark mode again. So we want display dark mode. Okay, much better. Okay, okay, perfect. Thanks for clarifying the roast beam. Always spice. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so for our first profile, we're going to charge at
On YouTube, I can see this.
YouTube, you can see what?
I can see the front, the camera one.
It's because it's not on it. Wait. Why does it say that the chat's not available? Hold on, guys. We're getting there. All right, here we go. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, so back to the internet, back to the ROEST curve, back to ChatGPT. Okay, so damn it. Do only Celsius. I think I spelled Celsius wrong. Alright, preheat temp 210, we good. Charge at 200. Okay, so charge, the beam temp will be 200. So 200. Okay. And then typical beam temp crash, it says 120 at 30 seconds. So we'll go 30 seconds, we're going to be at 120. Okay. And then 2 minutes at 150. 2 minutes, we're going to be at 150. Okay. Then 4 minutes at 160. Then 6 minutes, we're going to be at 182. Whoops. 6 minutes, we're going to be at 182. And then 8 minutes. Do I have agency on Yemen? I'm not sure. What do you mean by agency? Do you mean like a distributor? I'm not 100% sure, but I can find out for you. Let me screenshot your name. I'll get back to you. But let me know if you mean distributor. I'm not sure what you're looking for when you say agency. At 6 minutes, 182. 8 minutes, we're going to be at 202. 8 minutes, we're going to be at 202. And then 218 at 9:45. 9:45, 218. Alright, that's our roast curve. Yes, we want to buy something. How can we buy it? The best way for you to buy, honestly, is to just go to the DiFluid website, just DiFluid.com. And especially if you want to buy now, we have a flash sale going on, so you can get a discount on Microbalance, the white version, on the white Omni, or there's a bunch of bundles, and you can get up to like $200 off. So just like go to the DiFluid website, it'll be right on the home page, and you can just check out, and it's also free shipping right now, so probably the best way to buy, for sure. We're at war from 2015, so we can't order from any website. What? I did not know about that. Wait, you can't order from any website? Okay, so then in that case, I will find out for you. I'm not 100% sure what the Yemen situation is in terms of buying and selling. So yeah, I will get back to you, and I will let you know the best option for you. Okay, so but this is going to be, I'm going to call this Carl Medium Dark, because the guy's name is Carl. Okay.
Show the front. Yes.
Oh wait, and then the end condition is beam temp, and we're going to 18. Okay, update profile. We're going to assign this to the machine. We're going to assign it to this position. Alright. And then we're going to do another one. Okay, I think you don't know Yemen when you found a way. Please tell me. Yeah. I definitely don't know for sure off the top of my head, but I will let you know for sure. And if you join the YouTube stream, we can talk better. Better audio, better visuals.
Can you show the front so we can see?
What?
This
When we're ready.
Oh.
So the next profile is gonna be profile B. We're gonna call it dark. So we're gonna call this just Carl Dark. The chat doesn't work. Ah, it does. What up, Dennis? All right, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so now the question is, does the chat show up on the screen? Could I do it 80% exhaust instead of 93 to 95? Yeah, I definitely can. Do you think I should? Let's try that. Here, I'll set it on the machine here. In fact, since you're on the YouTube, let me check this real quick. So we'll go, wait, that's the wrong one. This one. Okay, so let's check the machine. We will go machine, we're going to go default fan ratio, and then we will set it to 80%. All right, the answer is yes. Okay, next thing. Let me go back to GPT, and we're going to go to our ROEST page. Okay, so this one, our yeah, more leverage from AirWave. Yeah, that makes sense. I should do the flame test again, but I don't have a good lighter, so I'll do that later. So okay, 216 is our preheat temp. 30. So at the charge will be at 205. And then 30 seconds will be at 127. And then 2 minutes will be at 152. Then 345 will be at 653. So 345 will be at, what did I say, 163? Yeah, 163. Can you get products from Oman, Dubai, or Saudi? Okay, so yeah, actually we have a distributor who just bought a lot from us in Saudi Arabia. Are you able to buy from Saudi Arabia? In which case I can directly link you with a distributor. 345. 6 minutes 30 seconds, we're going to be at 188. 6:30 will be at 188. And then 7:45 will be at 202. 7:45 will be at 202. And then 224 at 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 224. Alright, this is going to be a new one. We're going to assign this to the machine also, and this is going to be Carl Dark. And then we're going to do one last one. Let's see, what did you say? In the profile creation, set the exhaust by pressing on the blue fan curve. RPM fan. 80%. 80%. Thank you. I'll have to update the other two. Okay, so this is going to be Carl, what's it called? Carl Very Dark. Carl Very Dark. our charge temp is 210. I like how it says very hot start right here. But if we look at the last one, it says higher initial charge. Okay, 205. Oh wait, 205, not 210. Did I do 215 by accident? Oh here, preheat 216. So wait, oh, this is 221. Okay. And then, okay, so let's go back to here. Our charge, okay, so 210. 210. And then at 30 seconds, 132. Okay, and then 154, 2 minutes. And then 166 at 3:30. Then 6 minutes, 190. And then 7:30, 202. 7:30, 202. And then, hey, what's up, Anders? You should join the YouTube. You can see way better. But also, if you join here, hi. We are building our roast profile using ChatGPT's recommendation. Okay, so then 7:30, 202 I got, and then 11 minutes we're at 232. 11 minutes we're at 232. Okay, drop end condition is 232. And then I'm going to save this as new. Assign to machine. This is going to be here, assign machine. And then I just got to check the other two because I believe I did something wrong. Okay, so Carl medium dark, the preheat temp was 210, I got that right. And then the end condition is 218. Okay, so this one's fine. And then the second one, Carl dark, the blue fan curve, we wanted to change this to 80%. And this also to 80%. And then preheat temp is 216, and the end temp is 224. Okay. Update profile. Right. I won't forget the exhaust. Yeah, I didn't update that. Let me do that. Medium dark. This one. Okay. 80%. And then 80%. What up, Dinosaur Green? Update profile. And let me just check the last one. Very dark. Our end condition is 232. Our exhaust is 80%. And our charge preheat temp is 220. Is that right? Okay. Thanks, ChatGPT. Now it says, each one shares the same milestones, but stretches the end temperature and development time. That should give you 3 clearly distinct roast levels to compare. Expand each one to 10 points for finer curve, or is 7 enough for you? I should probably have it do 10, but whatever. I don't want to redo it. So, now we will change from GPT view. Round 2! Yeah. Okay, so we're going to change from GPT view to testing. Alright, this is going to be fun. Okay, so I'm connected to DiFluid Cafe. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to open up this phone so we can see it. We can connect to AirWave so that we can control AirWave, which is actually pretty cool. I can show you that here. Oh, necessary update. Alright, that's fine. Oh, an update for AirWave? Alright, not worth it. Let's not do that now. I don't want to make you guys wait for my update. Okay, so this is a little weird because I can't actually. So you guys can see what's going on here. I don't need Omni right now. We only need Omix. And I'm going to do the testing, but the phone, I thought that I could use wireless phone here and wireless phone over there, but it turns out I can't. And the reason is you can only connect one phone wirelessly to the computer at a time. So I'm going to have to receive the results over here. So you said load the profile that I want to roast into the machine, press on it so it'll preheat to the asked temperature. That is a good idea. Okay, so actually here, I can change this view so you can see better while I do this. I believe it's roasting curves. Yeah. Okay, so you can see this view better. Thank you for the reminder. So we'll go up here, we will sync. Okay, and then we're going to do the medium dark first. Okay, so while that's preing, we will go here and we're going to open up our bag of coffee, which, if you don't recall, let's see which camera's the best for this. Probably this one. Can you see? Oh, I probably won't be able to focus it. So then actually this camera is probably going to be better for this. It is a, can you see? It's a kaku. Sorry, it's a Catamore from Mongdian Kaku. I don't actually know where that is, but it's somewhere in Yunnan, I assume. It's 1,400 meters plus, and it's the same coffee that we did before. In case you're new here, we've got 40 pounds of this coffee, and every experiment we do until it's gone is going to be with this coffee. And so it'll be interesting to see how the coffee itself changes over time in terms of moisture content and but on this view you can't see my hands. Okay, let me switch back. Testing. Okay, so did I cup what I roasted last stream? So okay, so here's the thing. I don't really know the cupping procedure. I am not skilled in that field. I have a friend who lives quite close who is really good at it, and he wants to invite me to do a cupping, and I want to invite him here to do a cupping. Instead of cuppings, what I've been doing is making espresso, because that's what I drink the most often, like espresso-based drinks. And so what I've been doing is making an espresso, and specifically making like a cappuccino out of it, and then trying to measure the flavor compared to what I'm used to and what I'm looking for. And the ones that I roasted last time, I found that the one that was roasted for way too long because we had that weird issue where the temperature dropped is really good, and I think because it had more development time. And then the one that was roasted last that had a lower temperature but kind of followed the profile correctly is also good. I actually think I like that one the best. And then the one that was way too fast and was done in 6 minutes 30 seconds and was at 203 degrees, kind of a little bit under roasted feeling. And so it's it's good, but it's not amazing, and it's too dense, and I have a hand grinder, so it's really hard to grind. So I would consider it, I learned from it, but not something that's really worth doing a cupping, really. Later, when my plan is once I really understand the machine and my profiles come out correctly the way that I was intending, then I'm gonna start doing more formal cuppings and actually score them and try to get better and better and better at it. Let me see. Nobody is actually. It's great though. No one really knows what they're doing except for 3 people. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just do a run on my X-Bloom. I need cupping procedures. That's smart. Maybe I should get one of those. Okay, I didn't bring the bean sweeper over here. Let me grab it. Let me first close up the bag of coffee so that I don't let it dry out. Okay, so But now, yeah, now it's pretty cool because you can see what's going on here. So this is going to be a much better way to do these streams now. If you're on Instagram, let me see. I don't need you. You don't need to see the computer much anymore. So I'll let you see it from this angle. But I'm telling you, if you're on Instagram, definitely either go to the website and buy stuff during the flash sale, or go over to YouTube and you'll be able to see much better. But I'll still hang out with you over here. I'm also going to move this screen here so I can see it a little better in case you guys are messaging me on Instagram. Okay, in the meantime, let's bean sweep it up. I'm going to pop this guy in. And then on the screen, you should be able to see. I'm going to press, let's see, over here to omics. We're going to pick the Taku and test. Right. Now you guys can actually see. This is pretty cool. I'm excited about this. Unfortunately, if you're on Instagram, you cannot see. So I will just have to tell you. 9.5% moisture, which is higher than it's ever been. 842.8 grams per liter, pretty much the same as always. Let's do a quick water activity test, because it's interesting. The water activity seems to go woo, 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 whereas the moisture content is like... So, yeah. I still think that's so funny. That's a great idea. Nobody really knows what they're doing, except for at the Cup of Excellence. When is DiFluid going to let you... OmniFlat. Oh, okay. The answer to that question is as soon as it arrives. It's in the mail. And then once it arrives, I can start using it. So it just depends on how long it takes to get here. I'm going to imagine it'll take about 10 to 12 days. And they shipped it, I think, 2 days ago. So I'm excited for that one. All right, testing is done. What is it? 0.517 is the water activity. That's higher than it's ever been also, which is very interesting. Okay, I think we are ready for our first batch. We are at, bean temperature says 195.2. Now this is something I don't fully understand. The air temperature is at 210, which is what we set it at. The drum temperature is at 137.4. I don't really know what to make of that. We're on normal filtration right here. I'm going to actually switch it to fan only for now. And I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to see if anything changes here. Drum temperature is still 137.5. The pressure is fluctuating between 8.5 and 8.8. Doesn't seem to be... I don't know if that's normal or not. And then the bean temperature says 195.1, pretty on the dot. The inlet temperature is 218.2, but it seems pretty stable. So I think we're probably ready. And if not, Cup of Excellence. Okay, so since we are done testing with that, I can switch the views to roasting curves. And I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to dump this guy in here. What's the best way to do this without spilling? All right. And here we go. Yeah. Go. All right. We're on board. So we can see, let me switch to live mode, which I forgot to do. Live. Connected to server. Awesome. This is the best. Okay, let's see how accurate. Whoa, it went way further down than the roast curve predicted. So we're almost down to 75. Yeah, you were way off, Mr. ChatGPT. So, lol. All right, this is fun. I like this. Okay, Instagrammers. There's only 2 of you. Who are they? Now it says nobody. All right, I'm going to come over here for a second and actually look at the streamed Instagram. Okay, anyone who's joining right now, welcome, welcome. There are a few things. Coffee with Scott, welcome, welcome. A few things that I would like to point out. A, we are streaming on YouTube if you want to be able to see like a full picture of what's going on. But the main thing I would like to say is you can also stay on Instagram if you're interested. You can have fun with us, and you can go to the website, DiFluid.com, and we're having a flash sale right now. So you should definitely pick up some equipment while you're watching some roasting going on. So where are we at? Okay, I'm catching up a little bit. It seems like I'll be able to catch up, but I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to overshoot. As usual, it's going to catch up to, so right here. It's going to go to here, and then it's just going to keep going up. I wonder if it'll properly predict and kind of slow down and then follow the rest of the curve. In which case, in the future, I can just change it to 75 here, and I'll know exactly what's going to happen. I guess we know, though, that ChatGPT is not a good coffee roaster. We know that now. All right, we're getting close. We're almost matching. Let's see. What are we seeing in here? Seems pretty normal. All right, in a little bit, I'm going to switch it to normal filtration. All right, what's going to happen? The roast curves, for those of you who can't really see very well on Instagram, the roast curves are exactly matched up now. Let's see if the temperature, ooh, it seems to be doing all right. It seems to be doing all right. All right, I'm going to turn you guys so that you can see, let's see, how can this be better? Maybe put it like this. What's up, you guys? How are ya? We are roasting according to ChatGPT's instructions, and ChatGPT did not do a very good job. So we are at too high of a temperature. So what's this? Bean rate of rise has significantly dropped, which is good. So we're a little bit past our desired positioning, but now we are matching it, and it's slightly going down. What's our power level at? 177, no, sorry, power level. Oh, 18, we're at 19%. Okay, so I am going to change this to normal filtration. I'm going to keep it at 30% fan speed though, because I don't think we really need more than that. Where are we at? So the temperature is actually dropping a little bit to try to keep up in the right trajectory. So ideally it should be, the rate of rise should be turning around, which it seems to be doing. This is going to be a very strange roast curve. Now it's too low. Come on, you got this. For those of you on Instagram, the curves went like this. They were like, but then it went too far up, and now it's going back down to try to catch up. And they're like this. They're like not quite matched up, but they're pretty close. So my roast curve went, which is not what I think you're supposed to do, but at the same time, the point is experimenting, so who knows? My omics is at 63% and 91%, top and bottom, so we all good there. Okay. Our beam temp is at 177.6. Our total time is at 6 minutes 15 seconds. What is our goal temp? I can't remember. It does not say on here. 218. 218 is our goal temp. We're pretty much almost spot on at this point. We're like perfectly matching our roast curve. I think we weren't for a long time, but it was like it's caught up and now they're like this. So I think we're gonna end at about the right time, even though I didn't follow the curve that properly. This is batch number 16 if you're interested. Batch number 16. Yeah, we're exactly on the money right now with our profile temperature. 194.3 at 7 minutes 15 seconds. Let's see, I'm going to smell what's coming out of AirWave and see where we're at. It smells like roasted coffee, but not in a smoky way, just in like a wet way. Because there is water that comes out of it. Water is one of the byproducts of AirWave. Alright, we're at 204.5. I'm starting to hear some cracks. We've got 12 cracks so far. Alright. I forgot, oh yeah, 218 is our target temp. We're at 810. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. 8 minutes 21 seconds. 8 minutes 24 seconds. 8 minutes 28 seconds. Our beam temperature is at 210. We're still spot on with our profile now, even though we weren't at the beginning. Our batteries are doing all right. That was the thing I was kind of most worried about, because US power is kind of annoying. Our circuits are they're all 15 amps, and things that have heating elements like hair dryers and roasting machines all take 15 amps. So I have to plug everything into a different circuit, and I only have so many extension cords. So my computer's plugged in way over there, roasting machine's plugged in over there, AirWave's plugged in a different room over there, and everything else is plugged in, and hopefully just hopefully the circuits can handle it. I think it's all right. All right, 218. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to just switch right to the dark profile so it'll get ready for it. While that cools, we will come over here and then we can start doing some testing. So I'm going to test batch number 2 while we're waiting for the machine to be ready for that and for our coffee to cool. Pop this on here. I will switch the cameras so that we can see better. If you're joining on Instagram, please come on over to YouTube and see the full scope of the stream. We're going to switch to pre-roast testing. Sweet. Let's bring our... We're going to save these results. So what we can do here is we can see like each time I've tested it. I've done 3 now. Water activity. Alright, back. And we are, okay, so that's done cooling. And let's go over here and we'll do this one more time. Sweet. Dump out all the beans we don't need for our sample. Pop this guy in. Okay, I'm gonna come back over here and push test. 9.4% moisture. All right, we'll test the water activity too, which I missed the button. There we go. All right, we're testing our water activity. Okay, what'd you say here? You said probably need to adjust that turning point from 120 to about 75 to 80. So I'm definitely going to do that. Here, let's go profiles. And we're going for Carl Dark right now. So we need to adjust this to about 75. But then this is going to be like blasting up. So wait, let me undo that. Where was it? Okay, so about 75, and then maybe we do it like this. Let's try that. It's a little weird of a curve, but update. All right, curves updated. Oh, you couldn't see that. Oops, sorry about that. So let's save that. Our water, obviously it's pretty much the same as last time. And then we're gonna go and change this back to not GPT, ROEST curves. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so first we'll do curves because the machine's probably ready. Drum temp is at 151. It's way higher than before. Oh wait, but I should probably update that. Okay, so hold on. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go sync. And then Carl Dark. Yeah. Alright, now I think we're ready. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one, and while we do it, we'll test the results from the other one. So, dump this guy in here. Put our excess coffee away. Close up the bag. Okay, and I believe we are ready to roast. What? They didn't all fall in. That was weird. Okay, so we'll take this guy out, and I'm going to put it in. Actually, here. While that's going, let me switch here to testing. So we're going to put this into this container. So something like, whoop, I spilled some. That was pretty good. Seems like it's kind of hard for the chat to fall off on some of these. And that doesn't need to be there. I'm going to put Omics aside, and we're going to do this with Omni because Omni has the update that I like. Omics is going to get the update too, but it's more complicated. So we did the update for Omni first. And because of that, I use Omni more than Omics for color testing in the current moment. Usually, since I have omics, I would just use omics. And I even have the plate, whoops, sorry, the plate from omics, and so this doesn't fit properly. But, oh, damn it, my ruler's over there. My scraper. My stamp. Oh, wait. We need our, hold on. We need to see our live curves. I'm going to have to reset these OBS screens. Where are we at? Alright, we're much closer than before. Sweet. I'm going to have to redo these so that they have one in which you can see what's going on for testing at the same time as you can see what's going on for roasting. So, in the meantime though, let's do some quick testing while that runs. Oh, crap, I gotta put this back in. Okay, so let's do some quick testing and like see what the color is at. Okay. So, Omni it has a pretty significant, like good chaff filter, so like these kinds of pieces will be filtered out. But the problem is there are actually a lot of beans in here, like this one, where the chaff is like covering the whole surface. And it'll make it just look like it's not chaff and that the bean is actually just a different color. So I am going to do this. Okay. And we'll give this a test. If you're on Instagram, so you can see a little better. Welcome, welcome, all you joiners. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want any answers, we can answer them, no problemo. Okay, so 57.6. That's actually quite interesting because, so you can see like the distribution here. So like most of it is below 100, and most of it is in the 50 to 70 range, 50 maybe 50 to 80. You can look at it like this. So you can see it's actually quite all over the place, and I think it's because a lot of these beans are different sizes. Most of them are relatively the same, but we do have some awkwardly shaped ones that do really affect the results. So this is the distribution for that. So I imagine that's a lot of this kind of stuff is the extra light, and then the very dark is going to be like bits and pieces. Because again, the way that Omni works, it's not just giving you this average based on like an intensity of light from the whole thing. It's literally measuring like that single point on the beam is 1 pixel. So that's going to like be part of the very dark representation. It's like one single tiny point on one beam because it's giving you the distribution of this entire sample all the way across. The difference between that and like the way that, over here I'll show you, cough meter M1, sorry, A1, the way that cough meter works. Cough meter does not give you that distribution. It's called a single point sensor. And the way cough meter works is it's just going to measure like this region right here and then give you like an average intensity of the reflected light. So it's a different method to get the same result, but you don't get the distribution. Why Omni is more expensive, the equipment inside of it is more expensive. So, let me switch back to roast curves and see where we're at. Okay. So, the yellow one was supposed to go a little bit faster, and we didn't catch up, but then it was kind of supposed to slow down, and we have caught up. So our path has been a little bit more linear. But now we've caught up and we're pretty much spot on our curve, and we are at 185 degrees, 186 degrees. just remember this was 57.6 Agtron. We've still got more time on the roast, so I think maybe I'll do one more test at the end. I was just kind of curious, but I want to test more than one sample and see what, like, generally where we're at. So I'm going to move this guy over there, and I've got another container for batch number 2. So here's batch number 2. I probably could have turned AirWave back onto fan mode at the beginning. I forgot to do that, actually, so now it's back to smoke stage, so I'm going to leave it where it is. Where are we at here? Now we're pretty good. We're going higher this time, so we've got more time. So in the meantime, I'm going to... What was I going to do? I feel like I had another piece of equipment I needed to do something with. Am I just watching here? Let me clean up these beans. We'll add them to the next batch. I'll put them in here. Okay. Let me slide it into Omics here. Did I get a bean in there? Oh, I did. Whoops. So, for future streams, Instagram, YouTube, what do you guys think I should do in terms of fun roasting ideas? Do you have any ideas or for things that you'd like me to try? Ooh, a bee just flew in. Go away. We don't need bees in the coffee roasting studio. Okay. Pretty spot on. We're well into first crack now. We're at 8 minutes 14 seconds. Our bean temp is 208.2. You know what? I am going to see if we can turn the exposure down a little bit, and then you can probably see better. So 57.6 is what I said. So I'm going to have to write them down because I want to know for later so that I can, like someone who says, I like dark roast. I could be like 57.5. Alright, we're at 216. We're almost at the temperature that we dropped the last one. This time we're going to, what did I say, 228? 229, 230, oh that's predicted. Profile, we're going to 224. And we are actually approaching it. We probably need a little bit more airflow. All right. Is there a way to show on the live screen the power and pressure curve? Yes. Actually, I think I move that up a little bit, and then make this a little bit smaller. I was just trying to make it all fit. So let's see. We can do it like that. And then on that page, let's see, I think I have drum pressure and power is here. We don't need to see fan because we know what it is. There. Move that guy over. Sweet. There should be a pressure curve with a magenta purple. Yeah. Okay, we got it. And no problemo. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for being here with me. Feel free to let me know if you want to see something differently or if you want a better view Okay, so I'm going to adjust the last one based on what we learned here, though. So we're at, it went down to 69.5. And then it basically just went straight up and was only able to, what was our pressure, what was our power level at? So it ramped up, oh, it didn't even ramp up that much. And then it went back down. And then it went all the way up to 100 around here. As it was trying to catch up because it couldn't make this steep lurch all of a sudden. So we're going to have to change a little more linear. So let's go back to our profiles. Let me make sure that you can see. Yeah, and we're going to do the very dark this time. You know you can go to the bottom and look at the three dots at the bottom and export as BT profile. Oh, I did not know that. Three dots at the bottom. Wait, hold on. Go to the logs on the last log. You look at the three dots at the bottom and press export. That's okay. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because I want to stick with, yeah, so I'm going to see what you're talking about here. Logs, file dark, three dots at the bottom, convert to profile. Okay, that's awesome. I'm going to keep that in mind for next time, but in the meantime, I'm just going to adjust the ChatGPT one so I can try something a little bit different. So I want this to drop down, like we said, to, what was it, 69? But our preheat temp's going to be a tiny bit higher. I'm going to switch to it even though I haven't synced it yet. Very dark, just so it heats to the right temperature. Okay, and then I'm going to make this part a little less steep, this part a little less steep, this part steep. Alright, this is what we're doing this time. That should work out fine. That's, we'll do 70. Alright, and then our final temp is 232. Okay, update profile. It's already assigned to machine, so let's do a quick sync. I don't know if it does that automatically or not. And we're doing Carl, very dark. Okay, and then let's head back over to OBS. And I'm going to, okay, we're on the right screen. I'm going to slide in here and take this, and we're going to put these. Please don't spill. Oh yeah, okay. All good there. And then before we move on to the next one and the last one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the testing one. And I'm going to add okay, so yeah, I'm going to duplicate testing. Pre-roast testing, and I'm going to call it, because I want to have a view in which you can see what's roasting, and curves, and table. So I'm going to call it test and roast. And then instead of having this view, test and roast is going to have these two views plus curves do. So, wait, why can't I copy this? ROEST curve. Why am I not allowed to copy that? Alright, fine. I'll just add a new source. We're going to do screen capture. We're going to call it curves. Oh, wait. Add existing ROEST curve. Okay, make that way smaller. And I'm going to put it on top of the top part of the chat. And I'm going to move the chat so it looks a little bit cooler. Hey, Vito Co Barista! DiFluid is us! So you said, did you know? It's a little long, the last switch you made. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that. Okay, the last thing, actually, you know what? I can make this bigger if I'm just going to show the bottom half of it. So it's only going to show the last 3. But that should be okay for now. And so that's test and roast. Oh, wait. Then you can't see the machine, though. Okay, maybe, hold on. We got this. Copy, test and roast, paste. What? That's not what I pasted. I said this one. The Sony camera. Copy. Paste. There we go. So this, I'll make it a little bit smaller so that you can see everything. So this will go here. And then this will go here. And this, I guess I could just make that smaller again. How's that? Maybe this can be a little smaller. Move it over here. Can't figure out a good spot for anything. Maybe this can just be smaller over there because I don't need that full thing. So we're going to just do that. Alright, I'll fix that for the next stream, but in the meantime, that should be good. Okay, so we're going to do a test and roast right now. So you can see the curves. I can actually make this bigger. Okay? You actually don't even really need to see the top part of this. This is just fine. So I can actually still make it. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Are we ready for our last batch? And we can also do some testing at the same time. That'll be fun. Our last batch, I don't think we need to test again in terms of on the green side, but I am still going to use. I'm still going to use the same amount of coffee, and I'm still going to use the bean sweep so that I can get exactly the right amount. So we'll place the guy. Whoop, bean on the floor. We'll do this again. Too full. There we go. Alright. It's not quite finished. Get out of there, beans. There we go. Okay, I'll dump this guy in. I dropped a bean on the table. 2 beans on the table. And roast. Sweet. Okay, I will come over here, make sure that we can see everything okay. We need to go to live mode. Alright, let's see how closely we followed this time. This is fun. Okay, and then for those of you on Instagram, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone who's joining. We're doing an interesting stream today. Let me move it all the way back here so you can see a little better. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, and now we are going to do the testing for exhaust is 134 degrees. All right, we're good. Okay, so we did the first testing on the last one. I'm gonna get these leftover beans out of our way here so that we can have a clear work surface. I'm gonna throw them back in our coffee bag. Get all the air out. All right, and let's test our second batch of coffee. I'm gonna try to make sure that there's no chaff on our sample beans so that if you get, like I said before, if you get little pieces of chaff, that's fine. If you get whole beans that are covered in chaff, not ideal. So we are going to, there we go. We will scrape the surface with our bean scraper. Make sure it's nice and flat without pressing it down. So our last one, in case you recall, was 57.6. This one should be darker. So below 57, I would guess. 54.2. That was our final result. 54.2. Pretty much the same in its evenness, but actually quite a little bit more. There's 21% in the between 50 and 60 range. So if you look at it this time, it's a little bit less on the less extra light, which is probably the chaff that's still attached to the beans here. Oh, here, there we go. You can see it. The chaff that is attached. The chaff that's still attached to the bean rather than like being a piece will probably affect it a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. So it's going to bring it back up a little bit. So the actual result on this coffee is probably more like a 53. I can give it another test with some different beans just to get like an average. Because like I said, every bean is going to be a little bit different. Whoop, I shot that bean out like a rocket. In our roast here, we are at 4 minutes. If you can see it on Instagram, we're at 4 minutes, and our bean temperature is at 124. Let's see how we're doing in terms of following the curve. We come over here. We are way behind. What actually even happened here? So it didn't go down as far as it thought, but then it wanted to go up way faster, and ours went up a little bit, and then it was just like, actually I give up for a little while, and then went up. And I don't really understand why that happened. If you look at the, oh, the pressure went up. Why did our drum pressure go up so much? And then what is this? Power. The power bit went to 0. Yeah, some of these things I don't quite understand why they happen. Do you have any idea, Dennis? Why would it do that? Because now it's so far behind and it's gonna catch up, so we'll be okay, but I don't really understand why that happened. Okay, so let's give this last one a test. So 54.2 was where we were at. And this one's at 52.5. So yeah, it's a little bit darker than the last one. Not a ton darker, but you can see from this view. Just for the sake of experience, in this profile, the beam temp start in the first 2 minutes is too low. Pressure goes positive when you cut power. Okay, that makes sense. But in this profile, the beam temp starts in the first 2 minutes is too low. In 20 to 30 minutes, we should set things fast up. That'd be cool. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to give this a quick test with cough meter, just so you guys can see the difference. In case you happen to be in the market for a color meter and you're interested. So just in case you're on Instagram and you wanted to see, that was our results here. And now I'm going to swap to this dish, because this one is actually the correct dish for cough meter. Hearing some cracks finally. Sweet. Add some more beans, make sure it's nice and flat. Got to be totally full. They should be falling out the side so I know that they're correctly full. Same thing, you don't really want to press it down, but you do want it to be flat. Bean temperature is at 200. It actually is going down. It's doing it again. Why is the beam temp going down? The inlet temp is rapidly dropping. Power is at 100%, but the inlet temperature is rapidly dropping, and so is the beam temp. I don't understand why that happens. Interesting to watch on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Fire? Your name is Firas. Yeah, it's way more fun to watch on YouTube when you can get all these different screens, but I don't understand why why does it do that? It makes no sense. Nothing changed. The inlet temp gets up to about 400 and then it just and now look at the beam temp. Why is the beam temp going down so much? It's probably because the inlet temp is so low, so it's cooling down. Why though? So now it's basically never going to get back up to where I want it. I'm leaving it till it gets to the right temperature, so this is going to be a long roast. This isn't the first time that that's happened. We got like 4 cracks and then it just shut off the heat. Makes no sense. Alright, let's give this a test and see how it compares to the Omni results. Yeah, okay, so see, this there's a wider base here for more, and I've scraped the chaff off on a lot of them. So our results here, 49.1. So I'd imagine it's probably around 50-ish for the whole batch, but like I said, it's not going to be all the same color throughout the whole batch. So there's going to be some variance, which is why it's really nice to have the breakdown like you can get from Omni. So I'll show you if you're on Instagram over here. You get the breakdown versus just the single number. So now we're at 196 and we're at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. So this will be an interesting experiment for my friend to taste, but let me see, what was your answer here? You said, maybe the machine has a safety 400-degree inlet protocol, I have to ask. I agree, it's not the first time I saw your Instagram. Last time I saw your Instagram. Right, yeah. The Instagram I've been doing for a while, but just this setup makes it so much easier to really see what's going on. So I wish Instagram would just let me broadcast like this to Instagram. That'd be great. There might be a way to figure it out, but yeah. So I've had this. So Dennis, I've had this happen before, and there was someone else in the stream, and we were talking about it for a while, and we couldn't really figure it out. But we speculated it might be a 400-degree safety thing, but I don't understand why that happens. Like, why doesn't it just not keep heating and like go down a little bit? Why does it have to just shut off and go back all the way down like this? And now it's almost at 400 again. Hey! Ooh, smoke coming out of here. That was the first time I've seen smoke because AirWave was doing everything. So now we can just change this back to fan only mode. And I'm going to turn the fan temp up. Let that cool down. So that'll be an interesting result. I'm curious to see like what the which one he ends up liking better. But like, look at this! Because of that early drop in the profile, it overheats to keep up. Okay. That actually makes sense. That does make sense. Fair enough. Okay. Alright. Well, I don't need it to keep heating because I'm done with the roast for now. Or actually, wait. Yeah, I've got plenty of coffee for myself to drink. And I want to do more streams, so I'm trying to limit myself on how many batches I do because I don't need to waste the coffee, and I need to plan out what I want to do. So what I've been doing is like, I'll do like 3 batches, test them, play around with them, drink them, see what I want to change for next time, and then do another stream. So these streams should keep getting more interesting as we figure out the best way to arrange everything. But so let me see. You said to generate a more natural bean temp curve, what I would do is create a flat 330-degree inlet curve from start to finish. Roast, then generate a bean temp profile based on how the bean temp curve looks like. Just buy more beans. I'm not worried about running out of beans. I'm more so worried about I'm gonna have tons of roasted coffee that just sits there and gets old. Like, I want to use it, and I want to plan out like more interesting streams rather than just throwing the beans in for no reason. But I'm really excited about OmniFlux too. It's gonna, because then we can build our profiles based on the color too. That'll be really fun. But in the meantime, I am actually pretty curious. So you know what? I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do what you just said. Generate a more natural beam temperature curve. Create a flat 330-degree inlet curve. From start to finish, roast, and then generate. Okay, we're doing that. Profiles. We're going to take this one, 206. I like this one. Is there any attachment that makes it compatible with an Akawa? Yeah, so we don't actually sell attachments, so they're not like you, but you can attach anything you want, so you can find it. They have like, imagine this is the exhaust part of the Akawa. So you take the exhaust from the back of here, and you just, you get like a tube that has like a cone on the end of it, like this, and you put it over the thing like this, so the smoke comes out and then it just gets pulled in. Because you have an adjustable fan speed on here, so you can just make the fan speed much higher, and it will just suck the smoke. And Akawa is really small, so it doesn't create that much smoke. So it's like AirWave is like totally perfect for Akawa. It's like very ideal. I just don't have a specific link or location for your attachment. You'll have to like Amazon that or yeah. Okay, so we're doing this. You said make a new profile with inlet points. Input 330 degrees flat for 10 minutes. Plus. Okay, so this is going to be inlet test. And then we're going to go... Wait, I can only go by fan or RPM. Right? AirWave is pretty awesome. On the right side, you can see beam temp, make it inlet temp. Yeah, it only gives me fan and RPM. Oh, because it's a beam temperature profile. Wait, so how do I change that? Profile history, update profile, profile library, create new profile, inlet temperature profile, 330 degrees, 330 degrees, 330. And then we'll do it for 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Runs well on all my roasters. Skywalker, Smola S5, and Kalido M2. You got a lot of roasters. I'm jealous. But this one's pretty great, so I'm thrilled. Okay, so our end condition is total time. Our end time is 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Ooh, counterflow. Preheat temp. What should I do? 210? Let's just do 200. Batch weight, still 160. Why can't I create the profile? Oh, I need a name. Okay, we'll call it Kaku Inlet Temp Test. Roast is goat! I agree. Dealing with them to set up this partnership was an absolute delight. They're fun people. Okay. Fan, let's do 80%. What? It didn't say. 80. 80. Okay. Create profile. Assign to machine. We're going to do this one. Okay, why did it not work? What's going on? Why is it not working? Maybe it already did. Let's go up here. I'm going to do sync. No, it didn't. It's not liking it for some reason. It doesn't tell me anything's wrong. Save as new. Assign to machine. ROEST standard. Assign to machine. Why won't it let me assign to the machine? Is something wrong? Profile history, share profile. Add point. Wait, no, this is, I already know that this works. Go to profiles, drag down. Profiles. Okay, that worked. Sync. Select. Okay. Thanks for all the help. It's really useful. Really helpful. Profile time is 10 minutes, but your drop time is 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Is that right? I don't think so. Let me see. No, it's 10 minutes, 30 seconds. 10 minutes, 30. Drop time 10:30. Yeah, we're all good. Alright. Here we go. Let's oh wait, I don't have a I can put this in the other container thing. Okay, we good. We good. We good, we good, we good. I'm gonna put it in here. I assume this will fit. Cool. Plus one beam. Plus one piece of chat. Okay. I'm going to use the omics container again, just like before. Scoop some bean. I honestly have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm super curious. Give it a bean sweep. Beans on the floor. Sweet. Dump it in the machine. Let's see. That fan only is fine for now. But I don't need so much airflow. I only did that to cool it down. Okay, you ready? Drum temp, exhaust, air temp. The inlet temp doesn't even show on here. Okay, let's come over here. And let's see what our dealio is. Live. What are we at? Oh, this is going to be interesting. So, our beam temp is doing the same thing it did before. And we're going straight to 206. Oh wait, no we're not. I don't know why I said that. this is going to be really weird and interesting because it's just going to keep going. In fact, thinking about it, if the bean temperature gets to like 240, I don't want it to like catch on fire in the machine. So maybe I should let it go when it gets to a reasonable temperature. I only roast with inlet profiles. You can do bean temperature, but you must find the right shape first. Why is that? Why do you do? What's your thought process? Why do you do the inlet profile? The roast will look way more natural. You'll see. This roast will look way more natural. You'll see. And there's so many ways to do things. The bean temp is at 128.6. Welcome all you people on Instagram who are joining. We are roasting on the roast with AirWave. Aracelia Larkan. Aracelia Larkan. Welcome. Just so you know, two really important things. One, if you're looking to buy any of the DiFluid products, we got a flash sale going on the DiFluid website, so that's interesting. And number two, if you really want to watch what's going on and be able to see better, head on over to YouTube and follow the DiFluid YouTube account, and we're live streaming there too on better camera equipment, so it's easier to see. But if you're not interested in that, hi, how's it going? We can talk on Instagram. So let's see. Our pressure seems pretty normal. Press on the screen on the inlet valve and lower it to 320. Pretty sure they have a safety mechanism for bean temperature going past 230. Press on the screen, the inlet valve, and lower it to 320. Press on the screen, inlet temperature. Machine. No. Roast. No. Wait, what? Press on the screen and the inlet valve and lower it to 320. But it doesn't seem to do anything when I tap here. Nothing happens. That's really hot. I can adjust the air temperature. It won't let me adjust the inlet temperature here. Do I need to change it to like manual mode or something? Fan speed, drum speed, power, those I can touch. But I'm not able to do anything on the inlet temperature. Am I doing something wrong? Is there a way to like activate advanced mode or something like that? Wow, this does look way more natural. Why does it... setting the inlet temperature to the exact same value creates such like a smooth, like ramping up and then slowing down curve like this. Oh yeah, I understand. Just wanted to make the roast a bit slower and longer, kind of so 7 minutes like well, now we know for next time. The inlet PID is better calibrated, so it can hold the inlet within 0.1 degrees Celsius. Oh, interesting. It's probably more repeatable in terms of like, since all the beans are different. Oh shit. No wonder smoke is coming out. I was like, what is all this smoke? Probably turn AirWave on. Alright, this will be fine. I'll just do one more in which I get quite hot in bean temperature. I mean, I'll finish this by staying hot in bean temperature, and then I'll give them all to my friend and see which one he likes. So we're at 218.9, 219. $224. Okay, I don't know what the like maximum bean temperature is. So I'm gonna let it go until 240. If it gets up to 240, I don't know what the safety thing is, but if it gets up to 240, I'm gonna drop it. Sorry, when it gets. We're at second crack. Oh, we're getting smoke. Okay, let me change it to extreme filtration. Man, AirWave works real well. Lol. Oh, we're way past 240. Okay. 243. 244. 245. All right, drop it. Oh no, we're going to get tons of smoke. I didn't think about that. All right, that was a fun experiment. Thanks for that. The room has kind of gotten smoky because of the drop now. Too bad I don't have 2 AirWaves. But it ain't so bad. Cool. Drop it. So there's a delay between what you're seeing and what I'm experiencing. So I'll like do something, and then like a minute later I'll see your message about the thing that I did. And you said drop it. I wonder what it was at when you said that, because I ended up getting up to 245. So, but that's quite a dark roast. All right, I can drop this back down. So extreme, let's go back to fan only. But that's cool. Now I know AirWave works. I was totally like, my experience before was like, I don't see any smoke, but I also don't know how much smoke there is. Now I know what happens when I'm not ready. And once I get OmniFlux and it will control AirWave for me, that's going to be pretty great. Okay, so I don't need... Oh, I should probably close this up. Okay. What did you guys think of that, Instagrammers? These beans almost smell like sour. It's definitely a pretty intense roast. I really wonder what he's gonna think. You wanted to make a Starbucks roast. I love how everyone's on the same page with this Starbucks thing. Yeah, so OmniFlux will track the color, and based on the roasting stage, it will adjust the amount of filtration and like the temperature of the catalyst on AirWave. So it just does everything for you. Now you can go to profiles, in this last profile, in the bottom right you have 3 little dots. Export the profile as bean temp, and then adjust the last part, the one that goes up into bean temp, 7 minutes plus. Wait, I'm not sure I understand. Hold on. So I understand, you go to the log, and then from here, you know what, I'm going to move Instagrammers over so that they can get an idea of what it is we're doing. Alright, Instagrams. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're back over here. So we did this one last, and we went all the way up to, oh, that's interesting. See how there's like a dip and then it went really far up? Oh, it's probably because I turned AirWave's, I probably turned AirWave on power higher, the fan speed. Okay, so then we'll go down here and we're going to do convert to profile, and bean temperature profile, and then you said profiles and last segment, converted to commit, exported bean temp. Then just adjust the last part, the one that goes up. Just the last part, the one that goes up into bean temp at 7 minutes plus. 7 minutes plus. So like right here. So 210.2. It's because the inlet needed to come down after first crack. Oh, I got it. Okay, so we don't want to go this high. We want to end about 210, but I actually want to end a little bit. Why can't I delete the last one? I don't want this. Why can't I just make this the last one? 210.2 at 7:23. Lower the last points and make them not as steep to give them more time. Okay. Oops. Okay, so make them not as steep to give them more time. So I want to go up to like 206. But like this. So we're going to do... When you say more time, how much time is too much? Like, do I want to go to 10 minutes, 30 seconds? Or can I go, like, do I want 9 minutes? Or do I want like 9 minutes, 30 seconds? Or do I want like 15 minutes? Or is it just play around with it, see what tastes good? I'm really curious to test the Agtron on this one. While I do this one last roast, with this profile here, I'm gonna wait and see if you have an answer to that. But then I'm gonna take this black roast here. That's so interesting. They're actually quite burnt. If you want medium roast, 9 to 10, light 6 to 7 is okay. Nine to 10 is okay. If you want light stuff, 6 to 7 minutes is okay. Okay, I'm gonna do 7 minutes. And we'll go up to 205. Wait, maybe we'll go. Alright, and then our end condition is going to be bean temp. And we're going to 204. Our batch weight, 160. Preheat temp, 200. Create profile. And it's not going to be called from batch. It's going to be called Kaku Light Pro. Update profile. Assign to machine. We're going to replace the inlet temp test. Why is it doing that again? Alright, we'll go to profiles. We'll go to Light Pro and we're going to swap it out. That one. Okay, let's give it a sync. I'm getting better at this. Okay. And we'll do one last batch. So let's go to Live. Light Pro. And then I just need another container to dump this coffee into. So I will be right back with a container. Okay, we're back. I've got this container to dump our pull lever down to preheat. Whoops! Thank you for that. I was under the impression that it had done that automatically. Okay, ready? It's so dark. I'm excited to test the color on that one. Okay, last batch of the day. Also the batch to kind of clean out the machine because that was probably very oily in there. Okay, so we are connected. We are, let me move you Instagrammers. Oh, you know what I could do? Instead of doing everything, I can just make it so that Instagram can watch based on OBS instead of, nah, that's no fun, because you can't see it clearly. Alright, let's go back over here. Alright, Instagram, you get to watch like this. Okay. And let's grab a little bit more coffee. 160 grams. give it a quick sweep of the bean. I'm losing track of what's what. Okay, so I already know for sure this is black roast. This was my second, and this was the darkest one. So I'm gonna put these over here just so I can keep track, so I can give them to my friend Ann. And then that one's very, very, very dark. And all right, let's do a quick sweep of the bean. All right, dump her in. Okay, and we are not ready to roast. Probably shouldn't have put the beans in already, but whatever! In the meantime, while we wait, let's give this coffee a test. This one was the, which one was this? I did not yet test the last one, so this must be the second one. So that one. This is going to be interesting. Let me dump this back into the green coffee bag. Coffee on the floor. This goes in here. Zim zam. Okay, now 102. We're still not there yet. Let me make sure I. The shine on them is up. Yeah, they're super dark. And I'm really excited to see what the. Look at this here. So I'm excited to see what the Agtron value is here, because I've always been curious, like, what's like the theoretical, like, obviously you're not going to roast them until they catch fire. So like, what is the limit of dark roast? Can you see that old Instagram? Okay. Where are we at? It's gonna be interesting. Never had coffee this dark before. Ooh, 35.2. Our scale on the device actually only goes down to 30 and then minus 30. So the average overall, because there are some lighter beans all the way up to 70, actually all the way up to almost 80. There's 1% of the beans are almost 80. But almost all of it, 38%, is below 30. So that's fascinating. And then we'll take a look at it. Yeah, almost all of it, 39% very dark. But there is actually there's even some light. No extremely light, no extra light, none of that. But 1% light in this sample here. Let's see, where is it getting that from? Probably like these little pieces right here. Like the parts in the cracks in the center. It'll be interesting what that is in a ground coffee. I'll do that later. Okay. So that's cool. 35. 35.2. Alright, now we should probably be about right. 120.8, 120.9, 121 is our drum temp. I don't actually know how high we'll get, so I don't know when to know that it's ready, but it should be pretty close. Very dark. Is it for espresso? So honestly, when it comes to espresso, I like light roast espresso. I always feel like you grind extra fine and you like raise the temperature up and you get that like bright, awesome espresso flavor. I don't like dark roast espresso as much. So I always think it's weird that like people expect it's going to be way darker if you use it for espresso. I can charge it? Alright, I'm gonna do it. And charge it. Alright. That was more for just experiments so that I can see what happens, how high can you go, and it's because the friend of mine asked for, well, he didn't ask for coffee. I told him I was going to give him some coffee, and I said, what kind do you like? And he said, dark roast. And I was like, okay, dark roast what though? Like medium dark, or are we talking like on fire charcoal? And he was like, let's start with medium dark. So I don't think he's expecting it, but I'm going to give him all 4 of these. And I want to see if he's like, oh, I really like the last one. Or if he's like, oh, that was way too dark. I didn't know it would get that dark. Okay, actually, and then maybe he'll back up from dark. My theory is that he thinks he likes dark roast, but it's only because he's never actually had like a light roast that he actually likes, or even like a medium roast. So we shall see. I'm curious to see what his reaction is. Okay. Where are we? So this time we went further down, probably because the temperature of the drum wasn't as hot as it was last time because I had been heating it for so long. And this time I heated it way shorter in time, but we're pretty close. This one is going to be for me for making espresso, not for my buddy. And we're only going up to 204. So we're going to be like at the medium light range probably. Probably closer to light. Minutes. Alright, I'm going to get ready to switch AirWave over to normal. I'll wait till 3 minutes though. We'll do that at 3 minutes. What's up, you new Instagrammers? If you have any questions about any of the DiFluid stuff, or if you have any requests for what we can do in roasting, or if you want to join on YouTube, all of those are options for you. Ask questions, go participate in the flash sale, buy a microbalance, buy an Omni, buy everything. Okay. Turning on normal filtration mode. We're caught up on our profile. That's good news. Alright, just because this is the last one, I'm going to zoom in on this here a little bit more. So you don't need to see anything else. I'm going to actually even move AirWave slightly over. Nice. Okay. I use dark roast for ice cream affogato. It's really tasty. That sounds great. I'm definitely going to be doing that also. But even so, don't you think like a lighter to medium roast affogato ice cream would be really good? Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm not going to say that it would be better, because I kind of like everything. So, it's really hard to find things I don't like, as long as they're done well. So, like a really good, well-done dark roast and a really good, well-done light roast, I feel like they're going to just be different things, and I would enjoy both of them. So I am going to enjoy both of them. I'm definitely going to do both of those things. Do you make your own ice cream? You got to have a fresh, homemade ice cream in your freezer bowl ice cream maker. I should make ice cream and roast coffee at the same time, and then we'll do that on stream. There we go. That's an idea for a stream. I'm totally going to do that one of these times, and I'm going to quote you on it. Be like, I was requested to do this. Even though you didn't actually request that I do that, that's going to be coming in the future. We'll decide if a dark roast or light roast avocado makes more sense. And it will actually work. Oh, that'll be awesome because I can set up the camera in front of the espresso machine and in front of this machine, even if they're in different rooms, because I can do it wirelessly. This is going to be fun. We're going to have so much fun with these streams. Alright, where are we at? We're at 100 and almost 90 degrees. And we're pretty close to on track on our profile. We're at 6 minutes. I wasn't prepared for the second crack stage because I've never gotten that far before. And so it was like tons of smoke and it started just like wafting out and I was like, oh shit, turn it way up! And then it was just like, smoke's gone.
Wow.
It's so cool. I can like actually see it work for the first time. Because all the other times I just had it on and it was doing its thing. And so like I don't see the smoke and I was like, is it working? I assume it is. But
Maybe next time you just turn it off and then they see how...
oh, I mean, I did that by accident. I forgot to turn it off.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay, so we're getting some cracks. Let's see. Who's here on Instagram? Anyone saying anything? Any new people?
3, 4.
We're approaching. We're almost at 200, and we're dropping at, what did I say, 203 or 204? I think it's 204. All right, I'm going to get in drop position, whatever that means. All right, Instagrammers, are you ready? It's going to drop as soon as it hits 304. Yeah! Nice. Okay, we don't need filtration anymore. Smoke's gone. So we can turn this guy. I'm going to turn it back on to fan only. Okay, and then once that cools, I'm just going to turn the roast off. Thanks for the recommendations. I feel like I learned a ton today. Make sure you leave suggestions for what I should do next time. And also make sure you subscribe so that when I make YouTube community posts, you'll see them. And we can make this even better. And also, make sure you join the flash sale. If you need anything. If you need to buy the brew control system. Because one of these times, I'm also going to have to show you guys all this stuff about Coffee OS. Because there's a lot to talk about. Cool down the machine and the roast before it cools down. Wait, sorry. Cool down the machine / roast. Lift up the lever so it cools down before turning off. Right, okay, so... and then AirWave will do that automatically, so I can just turn it off. And it will cool down for me. I like that about AirWave. You turn the fan off and it just does everything for you. Can I post your graphs online? Yes. Where do you want me to post them? Should I just post them on Instagram? That's probably a fun idea. Yeah, I will. I'll post them on Instagram. And then you can make comments about them. And, ooh, I'm getting a FaceTime call from my brother. Selfie! I'll have to call him in a second. I don't have a phone, but see if you can answer it. Export to a log. You can post these on Roesteta or Instagram. I don't actually know what a log is, and I don't know what Roesteta is, so I will have to look into both of those things. I'm going to screenshot your message, and I will look into that, and I will do that. But I'm going to start by posting them on Instagram just because I want more people to participate in these roast streams. Okay. I think I can also go to shut down, and it'll tell me when I can turn it off. It says cooled down. Use manual switch to power off. All right, I'm going to do that. So I didn't kill the power. I'm pretty excited about that. But I am thinking about getting I don't like, even though these are rated for 150 degrees Celsius, and the roast doesn't really, the exhaust isn't that hot. And so, like, it doesn't, like, I can put my hand on the pipes, they're not that hot. I just don't like plastic, though. I always feel sketched out by plastic, and I feel like it's not good for you. So I'm going to try to replace these with some that don't have any plastic, like just solid metal ones. Can't find them. Do you guys know where I can get them? Like the solid metal kind that have, like, not that have like a layer of plastic on the inside and are metal on the inside and then on the outside but have plastic in the middle. What's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking for those. So if you have like a link you can send me, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm going to try to fix this for next time so it doesn't look like that. I really want it to be nice and well organized so that we can see everything. I'm going to have to show you guys OmniVolto at some point. But yeah. Anything else? Am I forgetting something? We've got our last batch here. This one is just normal. This is, I think it was 204 degrees. So yeah, I'm not going to give these ones to my buddy because he wanted dark roast. And I think later, when I go, now that you've had the dark roast, you want to try something else? I'm not going to tell him that these are all the same coffee. I want him to think that they're all different coffees and then see how he, well, that's a weird looking bean. I want to see how he reacts, and I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, I think that's all I've got. Stay tuned for the affogato episode. That'll be coming in the future. Welcome all you Instagrammers who just joined. We actually joined at the very end of the stream. I just turned off the roaster. But yeah, we're going to do a lot more stuff in the future, and it's going to be super fun. So I appreciate everyone who participated. You've been very helpful. Thank you so much, Dennis. Really appreciate you. I don't know how to pronounce, is it just Nairq? Thanks for being here both times. Gabriel, welcome to the end of the stream. Gabriel, follow us on YouTube and watch the stream there. It's much better because I can use OBS and it's not BS. Alrighty, I'm gonna click stop streaming in a second. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya, Firas. Or is it Firas? I need to learn your name properly. You can't hear anything.